The closed beta for Diablo 4 is finally here. I can't wait to see the sequel of Diablo 3's Error 37. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Okay, that only happened once and it was like 30 minutes in, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is the Diablo 4 beta experience. And before we start, thanks to Blizzard for the code. When I launched the game at approximately 11 a.m. Central Time, I expected to be in the longest queue ever created. But it was only 2 minutes long, and I got right in. It was kind of amazing. I set up my brightness, cranked everything up to ultra, and then watched this opening cinematic for way too long. Next came the decision you're gonna regret about 15 hours later, but can do nothing about: picking your class. At first I wanted to go Barbarian, cause I like to smash stuff, who doesn't? Since they locked the cool classes, Necromancer and Druid, I went with the Rogue. The reason I picked this is because it looks like every single emo kid you went to high school with in the mid-2000s. Oh, and I picked the tattoo that looks like someone just drew with charcoal all over his body. He looks great. I started my adventure on the Veteran difficulty because mama didn't raise no bitch. Diablo 4 starts with your character walking really slowly like it's Red Dead Redemption 2 or something across the screen on a horse. Only for that horse to get horribly devoured like 5 seconds later. Ladies and gentlemen, we're having meat tonight. After a brief nap, my character woke up and decided, hey, maybe we should actually play the game. Nope, don't turn up your screen brightness. This is actually how dark the game is. And while it seems like that might be a complaint, I'm really not complaining. I like how dark this game is. It reminds me of the older Diablos. Armed with 2 small daggers and a killer ponytail, I wandered through this snowy forest and poked a bunch of wargs until gold and blood and guts came out. Eventually found this tiny village where this voice cried out.
Demons everywhere, fangs in the dark.
I entered this cabin and found this crazy man screaming with 2 other people from the village. This is also when I figured out that my character is voiced by none other than British action movie star Jason Statham.
Ruins? What is he talking about?
Next, I followed this woman over to the inn where she explained, yeah, there's some demons in a ruin, and kindly asked, would you go and kill them, please?
I'm gonna kill whatever's in those ruins.
A burst of light came from my body to signify that, yes, I do have a skill point to spend. Being a rogue means you can only be 2 things, a bow guy or a stabby guy, so I chose stabby first. On my way to the ruins, I stabbed a lot of things, mostly skeletons and also this massive bear. I will say, stabbing feels really good. When I made it to the dungeon, I found myself in the abandoned halls. Lots of different hallways, very high resolution textures, and lots of skeletons. You'll never guess what I found next.
Demons.
I decided the best course of action was to hit these barrels to kill the demons and then stand right in the blast radius to get all the damage. Sometimes you gotta feel a little pain to deliver the pain, you know what I mean? Then I dumped my entire head into this pool of blood to replenish my health and kept fighting on. Eventually I hit level 4, and by this point I needed another skill, so I grabbed Penetrating Shot. I do a lot of running away in Diablo games, so I figured this one made sense. It really came in handy because I started finding these fallen shaman who would keep reviving and spawning more of their fallen friends, which is really a dick move. Eventually I found this priest and I knocked his dead body over so I could fight Icehowl the Scarred Baron, Jafal, I don't know. He started by summoning a bunch of buddies so they could hit me and beat me until I died. Good thing they didn't realize they're just ad enemies and they're meant to die, so I killed all of them and then fought the Baron directly. He hits really hard, but swings really slow, so I was able to dodge around him until he started doing this whack-a-mole attack that really pissed me off. We did the same thing a couple more times until I was able to get in the perfect position right behind him, and it's like he kind of forgot about me. I was just poking him in the back until he died. Then a bunch of gear fell out of his butt, and I got some purple stuff, which signifies it's slightly better than crap, but really nothing to get excited about. Just as I was playing to return to the town as the savior, the hero,
Oh, brother!
I went back to the main menu, tried to get back in, for some reason couldn't see my character. It's okay, it's a small indie dev, don't worry about it. I logged out, back in, lo and behold, 44-minute wait. So I decided, you know what? This is a really good time for some chicken fried rice. I ordered from my favorite Thai restaurant around the corner, picked it up, came back, and lo and behold, it was perfect timing. I appeared outside on this tower with no knowledge of how I got up here. I returned to the town as the hero I wanted to be, and to celebrate, they fed me demon blood and then planned to chop me into bits and make chicken fried rice. Just before they could pull it off, the crazy madman from before comes out of nowhere and bonks this guy on the head. Then the whole thing turns into a Wicker Man situation. We had to kill the entire village in order to get out. In order to explain the madness, we had to investigate the chapel, where we found these petals of blood and fell into a cutscene. It's here that we meet Lilith, the demon responsible for all of this madness, including making these villagers go absolutely insane. From here on, Lilith will be referred to as Mommy.
Mother.
The madman told me to go look for a hermit in the woods that knows all about this mommy stuff. Along the way, I found this abandoned cellar and decided, you know what the hell, let's go in. I took out a couple frozen skeletons and got to level 5. And at this point, I discovered the most broken skill in the game, Flurry. I mean, just look at this thing. It's stupid. Using my newfound OP ability, I took out a bunch of spiders, no problem. Finally, I came across the hermit's hut and no one was there, so I decided to do the sensible thing and go right in. Then the hermit snuck up behind me and revealed himself to be the dad in The Witch.
If you're going to trespass into my home, then at least have the decency to join me for supper.
We shared a lovely dinner and decided to team up and go after Lilith. This is the first point in the game where you can actually see what's going on because it's daytime. We rolled through a couple of mobs until we made it to the town of Kyovashad. Then Lorath made me do some grocery shopping for him before completely abandoning me just after meeting me. Then the game reminded me that I can buy it before it comes out, even though I probably already did because I'm playing this unless I went out to KFC and got a Happy Meal. Then I wandered around town for a bit and noticed this guy's nickname is Lethal Rubbish, so I changed mine to Magic Rubbish. Then I dyed my armor to make myself look even more insane, before finally making it to the Cathedral of Light. Out of the kindness of my heart, I decided to travel to this new town because there's been some demon activity. At this point, I finally ran into other people interested in demon activity, just like myself, and we were all trying to figure out what the hell we're even doing here. Then I stumbled into this Immortal Emanation dungeon and spent like way too long in here. But at least I got some cool loot. Feeling extra silly, I decided to change my title again to Belligerent Rubbish. Having survived all the way to level 8 now, I decided to unlock Caltrips, which allows you to throw a bunch of random metal stuff on the ground, backflip like a ninja, and look really cool doing it. Then I found this Ancient Obelisk event, which is basically just like Domination in Call of Duty multiplayer. I was rewarded with some O-balls and this yellow sword. Finally, I had made it to the part of the map where you get swarmed by packs of ghouls. Now we're Diabloing. In the town of Yelesna, I met this captain guy who told me to go after some other person in these ruins, so of course I did it. At this point, I hit level 9 and decided, you know what, let's do a melee-only build. This is really what I was trying to do the entire time, and I finally found my perfect build, baby. Then on my way out, I did another round of domination with the boys and got this yellow fur-lined hood. At this point, I was really getting the hang of my rogue build, teleporting around with Shadow Step and then using Twin Fangs, moving around with my dash blades. Everything was good. Oh, and I found a treasure goblin. Lucky me. I helped this old woman find her husband who was lured into the forest. Unfortunately, yeah, he's not gonna make it.
Such pleasure.
So then I fought the demon who lured him into the forest, and I got rewarded with the knife that was used to kill him. Thank you for your sacrifice, Fyodor. Then I made it to the Hollow and found Vigo. Not Vigo from Lord of the Rings, but this Vigo. We launched into a cutscene where this lady popped out of nowhere and proceeded to do little horn fingers like this. I don't know. She says her mom's trapped in the mine because she was following the demon Lilith. So, coincidence? I think not. As I entered the mine, I found this artillery shrine, which made me the most overpowered I had been to that point. I mean, watch this. We fought through scores of skeletons, some that would summon these magical walls, but no match for them. I could literally teleport across the map. Again, I really started feeling like I was getting the hang of this combat, especially with the twin blades, because you set them down and then move, and then they sort of sweep back towards you and hit every single enemy in their path. And then it finally happened, my first legendary. This bad boy is called the Edgemaster's Royal Bone Blade, and skills deal extra damage based on your resource. So I started waiting until I had full energy, and yeah, this thing is pretty awesome. Deeper into the dungeon, we found these mobs that would burst out with red electric, like lightning balls, but my build was perfect for this because I could move around, dodge, just a lot of mobility. At one point, we came across Lilith's blood, so we were on the right trail, and it turns out because I drank her blood, I can see echoes of the past. This led us deeper into the dungeon to find this lady's mom. Eventually, I had to take a quick trip back using the town portal and offload all of my items, but I also salvaged some stuff because if you salvage things that you've never seen before or salvaged before, then you unlock a new transmog appearance, which is pretty cool. Back in the dungeon, we had to do a good old-fashioned protect the NPC mission. Yeah, never done one of those before. At this point, we were fighting bigger mobs that actually had larger health pools, so I got to, experiment more with my build, and yeah, it just felt really good. On the other side of this door, lo and behold, there is her mom, and you know what? She's possessed by Lilith, because of course. So we did the sensible thing and killed her, because yeah, there's no coming back from that. This fight was pretty much just like the big demon baron in the first part of the game. Just summon mobs, then run around, kill the rest of the mobs until she's finally weak enough to kill. Of course, this lady was pretty torn up about it, but I did get her mother's knife. Again, another trophy taken directly from someone that died as a result of demons. At this point, I teleported back to the city and congratulated myself on a job well done. I also went to transmog a little bit and make my character look very edgy like the edgelord he is. And that was my Diablo 4 beta experience. I gotta say, I really had an awesome time. I mean, this game, it's darker, the tone feels more serious, and that's kind of what I wanted out of Diablo. I really liked my rogue, but I think when the full game comes out, I'm gonna try one of the other classes just because they seem more unique and cool and unlike anything I've played before. But yeah, I can see myself easily dumping many more hours into this over the next couple of days, and especially over the open beta weekend. So once again, thanks to Blizzard for the code. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to hit that like button. Also subscribe for more videos like this. Got some exciting stuff coming soon. And hit that bell so you don't miss my next one. Thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you next time.